Everybody, welcome back to Ogre Speed Shop, and happy Thanksgiving. So we got to do some work on today because when I took it into town yesterday, the oil pressure gauge is pegged and it started leaking from the heater hose. So we got some parts to replace that stuff. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so these are all the parts that I got yesterday. The sending units got kind of out of control on prices, but apparently it's a lifetime warranty, so I'll take it. And it also came with a filter. I guess that's something with these. I'll have to check the other block over there, see if it's got a filter in it or not. New fittings, I didn't know which one I needed, so I got the both 3/4 and 5/8 and some hose clamps. Where we're gonna be working for the oil sender is way down back behind there. So I'm gonna remove the valve or the engine cover just to get a better look at it. And see what we see. Ow! And try not to hit my head on stuff. So the first thing I'm gonna do is check down there with my bore scope just to see, make sure I didn't like pinch any wires. Get this way a little bit. I don't see how I could have when I did the transmission, but you never know. There's a sensor and it goes up around here to this area here. So I don't really think it's possible. Because it comes forward, not back. So let's get her unplugged and see what we see. I might have to remove that fuel line to get better access. I gave it a little bit more room. Gotta get down in there deep here. I can't remember what kind of connector that is. Yeah, I'm gonna remove that just because. Some of those situations where having the right tool is always a good thing. Should give me a little easier access to it now. Something right in the way of the plug. Ah, there we go. Should plug in, look bad. Not caught on anything. Oh, maybe we just got a bad sensor. It's another situation where another useful tool is the actual tool you need to remove an oil pressure sender. That fits perfectly on that sensor. Okay, I need a little bit creative to get that thing to loosen up, but we got her. And the way I got creative, I had to crawl up on top of the truck so I could hold the socket in place. And I changed sockets to the deeper one. Oh, I thought it was loose. Yeah, it is. So yeah, I don't know if it just got damaged or what. I gotta see if we actually have filters down inside those things or not, or just something new. So I never removed the filter from the original one, but as you can see, there's nothing down inside there. So that means this one didn't have one. Maybe this is something they added in order to, I don't know, help protect stuff. Who knows? Now I gotta check and see if there's one in this one. I'll use the bore scope for that. If not, I'll just throw it in there and add it to it, I guess. I don't think I see a filter in this one either. No, definitely not. Kind of see down inside there. I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera. There's definitely no filter in there that I can see. So that's the filter. Guess we'll stick it down in there and see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't screw it up somehow, but in case you're wondering, yes, I'm doing everything here blindly. Well, it doesn't seem to be fitting. It's in the hole now, but so I tried putting this little filter in there and it will not press down in. I thought because I didn't lube up the O-ring, but it just will not press down in there. So I'm not going to take any chances. Let's see if it'll actually fit in this one over here. Nope, still the exact same thing, hitting hard stop. So I don't know what you're supposed to do with that thing, but I don't know. So that's not going in. Let's get the sensor in there and see if it works. All right, so I got it loosely in there. You can kind of see here on the camera. That's it right there. So it's in there loose right now. It's got to tighten her down. Plug her in, hopefully get our oil pressure back. And then we'll move on to the heater hose. All right, tighten her down. It's got a crush washer on it, so basically drag it down until you finish just crushing that washer in. All right. I didn't have it far in at all, so a whole lot of cranking it. Didn't expect that to do, but all right. So that sensor, new sensor is installed. Let's pull the cap, plug her in, drop the cap, hit the ground. And of course the tab lined up on the side where it's hard to get to. All right. Now, do we have our oil pressure back? Let's hook up the fuel line first before we try that out. All right. All right. Come on, oil pressure, be there. Don't be something else stupid. There we go. That's normal. I forgot to show beforehand, but it was just pegging out. Basically, it was grounding out somehow, so that means the sensor's probably bad. It's just going pegging to 80. So that's better. That's where it's supposed to be. Okay, now we can move on to the heater hose. All right, so the next thing we gotta do is get up in there. There's a quick connect. You know, they call it that, but it's really not that easy to disconnect. And I can't get the focus on it, but I'm gonna pull that off. It's gonna look like this. Pretty sure that's the 3/4 one, so. Yeah, it actually might, it's gonna probably be different than that even. But we'll see what we gotta do to get it off there. So this is another one of those things where I'll try my best to show you, but there isn't a whole lot of room to get in here. And I can't remember how this thing's supposed to come off. It's not the same as what we have. I think you need that special, you need the tool to go in there. That's what it is. Dang. And you're trying to get your hand stuck. Okay, so how are we going to do that? Hopefully we can get it off with one of these. With one of these. And one way to find out is to try it. And there you have it. Oh no, I got coolant everywhere. I don't know what the heck that was. Oh, the cap for the AC. So there you have it. That's what that style looks like. I think, is that long enough to go? That's long enough. Because I replaced this heater hose once, but they didn't have the full unit, or maybe they did have it and I couldn't get this to come off in the parking lot. So yeah, here we are, 6 months later. Goes there. I don't think it's going to be long enough. So there's a new one. See, it's got like a fuel line style fitting, but it should clip on the same. Yep, there you go. And will that reach? That will not reach. So we're going to need a little adapter anyways. I think I got some new hose I'll put on there. And if you look right here, every time I touched it, it was leaking out from one of these holes. So it's definitely got a crack in it somewhere. I don't know how much you can actually see, but so we have one of these holes is leaking out. So time to replace it. Pull this back off. Should be a lot easier now since it has the tabs. There we go. And we'll assemble out here. Let's get these on here. This is where a little Vaseline goes a long way. Just gotta get a little bit of lube on there, and she'll go right on. Yeah, I know there's a controversy about hose clamps with as far as worm clamps go versus every other clamp and who knows what else. So, but I've always had decent luck with it. So just get them so they're all lined up together. Anybody else do that? Make sure they're all like facing the same direction and lined up and all that good stuff. All that yaz. I'll just pop back on just like a fuel fitting. Maybe. There. Why was that so hard? All right, so one more fitting. And done. And hose clamp. Oh, good. It's already facing the right direction. I was worried about that because I'm OCD like that. All right, there we go. Heater hose repaired. And let's make those so they don't cut into the other hose at least. That should do. There you have it, full repair. Heater hose and oil sender. Last but not least, get the engine cover back on there. And done. Let's check the oil real quick. That's a little low. It was leaking out of the flex plate bolts. If you remember, I was having to replace the flex plate and flex plate bolts because I didn't torque them down. And that will do it. All right, that'll do it for this Thanksgiving Day repair on the truck. So we had to do the sending unit and the heater hose, and a real quick video, not real hard to do. Sending unit is a little hard to get to sometimes, but it wasn't too bad. So yeah, so that completes that, for my little Thanksgiving repair. So if you like this, leave a like down there, leave me a comment, let me know what I can do better, and subscribe while you're at it. And again, I appreciate y'all watching. So until next time, I'll see y'all later.